Loni Rahm became Bellingham Whatcom Tourism president in October of last year. She joins us on Northwest Notebook today to talk about tourism and more. And Loni, thanks once again for being here. I've got to ask you, do you feel settled in now, finally?
I do. I actually have a home, and I'm not living with my parents anymore, and it's fabulous.
You're out of the basement.
I can't go back.
You just attended an economic conference in Vancouver, BC, about the Olympics coming in 2010. What did you learn?
That it's coming more quickly than we thought. You know, it's like 2 years exactly from now will be the Olympics. And while there's been a lot of planning on a local, regional, national, international level, we really feel like here in Whatcom County it's time for us to put together more concrete plans for how to reach out and touch the audiences that are coming personally or via the various media forms, and also to work in conjunction with the agencies that are going to be supporting our efforts to move people around as rapidly and comfortably as possible.
Right now, do you think we have enough services to handle the people that are going to be coming for the Olympics and stopping here in Bellingham?
I do. We've got a great infrastructure in place, and we can accommodate that many people. We're not used to accommodating them during that particular time of the year. And so there may be some staffing issues that various organizations and companies have to look at, because we're not used to being at capacity in February and March, but we have the infrastructure in place to support it.
Off topic, you came from Chelan. What are some comparisons with Chelan and Whatcom County, and what are you bringing from there to here?
I think one of the biggest comparisons would be our agricultural base. There's a very strong agricultural component that's in north central Washington, as well as being in this area. And much of that's a growing interest and a growing tourism niche. And I think that we're just beginning in Whatcom County to really figure out how to make that transition from agriculture to tourism and how they work together collaboratively. And north central Washington might be just a few steps ahead of us in that, probably because they had to. There was a time in the north central Washington economy where agriculture had to figure out how to diversify itself in order to survive. And I think Whatcom County is moving in that same direction.
Yeah, and it did. Chelan did it not?
It did. They went from strictly orchard, moving product into a cold storage, into sorting, into a very strong ag tourism base with wine and farm tours and value-added products.
If you go to Lake Chelan now, that's a hot ticket during the summertime.
Yes, and some great wineries.
Oh yeah, very much so. We'll talk about that at some other time. Now, we've talked in the past about using technology to bring tourists to Whatcom County. Are we starting to see that development take place?
I'm really excited about what we're doing at Bellingham Whatcom County Tourism. We have our website is almost complete. The upgrade is almost complete. We're just working on a few little technical difficulties, so to speak. But what that allows us to do is to have a format where we can start integrating additional mediums into our website. Most people are looking at a website first for information.
Sure.
They're making their planning decisions, their transaction decisions based on what they find on a website. And we have a very nice static website, but now we're taking it to the next level with audio-visual presentation capabilities and podcasts and some international language introductions, so that people from all over the world can get at least a brief introduction to what we have to offer.
How much of our tourism is from other countries, not counting Canada?
Oh.
Sorry, I was not counting.
I was poised.
That's an easy one, right?
It's a small but growing sector of all of Washington State tourism's market. And what's happening, the more flights that we get in and out of that are direct nonstop out of foreign countries, obviously the greater impact we have on an international basis. But I also am looking at 2010 Olympics and Paralympics as being a great introduction to the Pacific Northwest, and I think that we will see the international market growing as a result.
Do we get a lot of Seattle's tourists that fly into Seattle, because that's a tourism hotspot for other countries? Do they end up driving up here? Because
of our proximity to Canada and the opportunity for people to make kind of the whole, okay, we're going to be in the U.S. and it's only this far to visit another foreign country. Yes, we do. We get a lot of the international business that comes into Seattle proper and then migrates north.
Loni Rahm, president of Bellingham Whatcom Tourism, thanks for being a guest on Northwest Notebook.
My pleasure.
We'll be right back.